Hi, welcome to another episode of Ghost History Medium. Today we are taking a short hike in onto the West Essex Trail line, and we're going to go through the property of the Essex County Hospital. And there's not rumors, it's true that there was an Overbrook Asylum that was on that property. So we're going to walk through the property. There may be ruins there still at this point. I know the majority of the buildings have been destroyed and replaced. We're gonna walk through it and see if we can pick anything up. So like as we're walking around here and walking down the trails, I keep like looking left and right at the ground like really intensely, and I keep feeling like I need to find something. I don't know what I need to find. Something saying that I need to find bones. Something saying I need to find artifacts. I don't know, but I feel like I need to find something. So hopefully I'll be able to find whatever I'm being drawn to discover. And maybe there's something about that in the history books about this place. I don't know. There's a lot of old metal down here. Oh, spikes. These are all railroad spikes. Look at this. Come look at all these. These are all old railroad spikes. Look at this. Here.
Yep. Not bones though.
No, I'm gonna bring one just as a bit of a trigger.
Yeah.
Something keeps saying, find me. Feels like a female. Feels really young. Look at all these. That's cool. There's some
Railroad wood where the tracks would go over. What makes you feel like you need to snap?
I don't know.
Do you have a headache?
I'm starting to get sick. There's been pressure in my back. Super pressure. I am getting that there's a burial. Oh, my arm here. My arm. My leg. All right, I'm starting to see people.
You said you're starting to see people?
Yeah.
Stop walking.
Stop doing this. Can't. It's really intense. I'm here. They're saying I'm here.
It's sewer line access.
Okay. I'm seeing a gate. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm hearing with that. Pump house, water house. Maybe there's a well over there. I don't know. We decided to sit down at these benches and picnic tables that were one of the only artifacts that were still remaining from the Overbrook Asylum at the time. And I was drawn to this area as it did feel a little bit different from the earlier walkthrough where it was a little bit more chaotic. But I do want to give you the heads up that this recording does have a lot of wind artifact. So just kind of bear with us as you're listening. All right, so we walked a little bit on the trail, and a bit further up that direction, there was a road, a crossroad, and on that road I saw a gate. It was a metal gate, and it would open and close, and it was this metal gate on that road. And in that area, I also started feeling like I needed to find something. I was looking for something, finding something. It felt like somebody saying like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, find me, I'm here, is basically what this individual was saying. It was a female. That's a little bit different energy that I get here. The energy that I actually get here is that this was fields, this was open. These picnic tables that we just sat at are obviously original to the area. These are old. They're very old. They have moss growing all over them. And what I'm seeing here is what's interesting is because I'm seeing, okay, so there's a lot of individuals that are coming forward. And the general feeling that I get from them is there's this odd piece. There's this odd piece, and then there's also a help me. There's two kinds of things that are coming through with that. The help me is chaotic. It's chaotic. I do know that this was the site of an asylum. I do know that they did take this building down recently, and these buildings, these condo townhomes, are now what's in its place. But there's this sense of helplessness and resignation of just we were here and there's nothing we could do about it. I'm also getting really low energy. It's possible I'm just hungry, but I am getting
Depression, maybe?
very, very low. I am seeing a woman, and she's an aide, and she's out here with a man in a wheelchair. And they're here, actually, like specifically right here.
Mm-hmm.
I think the man used to come here and play table games, and she was his aide. And the table games, I am seeing chess, but I'm also seeing this other game. Give me a second.
Backgammon?
It's a cross.
Dominoes?
No, it's a board game. It's a board game, and there's like something like this, and then there's something like that.
Sorry?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if they had Sorry back then.
Monopoly?
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look into it. But there were board games. I'm seeing outings and like, what is this time frame that I'm seeing this gentleman and this woman? This feels like the 30s, the 1930s to 1940s.
Okay.
And she comes out and she pushes him here.
Hmm.
I wonder if I can get a name for him. He's in his 70s. He has a bald head. He has glasses. He's very weak. He's a white male with white hair. Kendall, Kennedy, Dennis Kennedy, Dennis Kendall, something like that.
Are you getting occupation or death, or what are you picking up?
He died from pneumonia. Of old age. He shows me like doing this, like. So I do think people might see a woman in a white nurse's uniform, and that's him and his nurse. But I surprisingly feel very calm here.
Which is far different than the way you're acting.
Far different. This energy in this spot is very different. They're showing me a dental chair. They're showing me a dental chair and dental procedures. I don't know if they had teeth pulled purposefully. Okay, so they're showing me the inside of the asylum. There were hallways, and there were doors that were locked on each side of the hallway. The doors were brown, and the margins of it was wood and brown. The walls were like a light yellow. There were 3 floors. And they're calling somebody Sally's. The Sally's were on 1 floor. Wasn't that a name they used for homosexuals back in the day?
I don't know.
They're saying the Sally's were on 1 floor. They're also saying that there was like a group of more presentable people, and they were on the 1st floor. I'm starting to get pain. This is somebody different. See how I'm starting to rock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is somebody different. Okay, so this person had severe mental issues. This person would have screamed. This person would have shouted out. This person would have, this feels like a woman, like a 30 to 40-year-old woman, feels younger. And this person had no inhibitions, a strange anger. She would hit herself, she would hit things, she would hit people. She's brown hair, brown, long, straight hair.
How old?
I already said she's like 30 to 40. The name that keeps coming up with her is Elizabeth. Very troubled.
Was she constantly rocked back and forth like what you're doing?
Oh, literally like this and like this. I mean, I know it's also super stereotypical, but like I just want to do this like over my stomach and my arms, but like that was the only way that she could control herself. Because like the second she came out of her pattern, it was like explosion. She said her family tried to help with her for a long time until she started getting violent, and then they were not able to help with her anymore. She said she started to become violent around 12, 13 years of age. Let me ask her if she's been here since then. She was at a place where she was by Steve's children. So when she was older, she came here. She's saying they tried to mesmerize her.
Like hypnosis?
I don't know. She's just saying mesmerize. They tried to mesmerize me. And erase her previous memories, previous. I don't know why. They tried to erase it.
Almost like corrective thinking, like electric. You know, I like to do electric stim on the head or something.
Electrodes. She's not specifically talking about that. I'm sure they did that here. Oh, I just got super fucking dizzy. She is not like that anymore. So obviously she's passed on. She's not like that anymore, and she wants, whoever her family is, she wants her family to know that she's no longer like that. And she loved them deeply. She loved them deeply, and underneath it all, there wasn't actually anger. That was her mental problems. Underneath it all, she really did love them. That's what she wants to say.
You said Elizabeth, right?
Oh, I just got the chills.
You said Elizabeth?
Yeah. She was here a long time. She was well known. She had a pretty strong reputation in there of being pretty violent.
Do you think she makes herself known around this area all the time?
No. No, I do think people would see the white nurse. The
Okay.
white nurse. And they might see somebody moving slowly in this area, and that would be him in the wheelchair with a nurse. But I stopped moving back and forth, so I think Elizabeth has moved on. Dental
I have a
chair.
question about Elizabeth. When was the time frame for her? Same time frame?
No, she feels like 60s to 70s, like 1960s to 1970s.
Okay.
Just the way her hair looked, it was just this more like longer, more hippie-ish style. I don't even know if this place was open then. So now what's happening is I'm actually seeing like an entire scene around me. I'm seeing orderlies. I'm seeing African-American orderlies. I'm seeing people walking. I'm seeing people in wheelchairs, women, men. I'm seeing all different ages. And they're just they're all out here, like walking, going for a stroll, getting some fresh air. They're on a timer. So maybe this was like recess or something, like public recess. They're on a timer. They would come out. They would go in. Okay, somebody's talking about going into therapy sessions. It would be one of them again, and there would be two therapists. It was kind of like a residential home. I don't know if their main goal was to make people better. I think this is more of a long-term section. So what they're telling me is that there was like a shorter term section in the other hospitals areas. And then if they were deemed like non-redeemable or like non-savable, they would come back to here.
How did they feel about the homes being put up?
A lot of different people. I mean, in and out. It was like chaos. It was total chaos inside. They're screaming and yelling and profanities, religious profanities. And then there are people who are really trying to get better. I just got big pain in my head. Right here. Right where they would do those electrodes if they were going to.
Did it have any connection to the railroad?
Well, the railroad came through here.
But that was it? Just passed through?
They might have dropped off coal, but that was it. I think it was a cargo railroad. I don't think it was passengers. I mean, I'll have to look into it.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing passengers on the train. I'm seeing more cargo, like buckets of stuff. Oh, you asked how they felt about the construction. Okay. The general consensus is good riddance. Good riddance. It's a place to forget.
Wow, that's so cool.
So they're saying a few people did have good experiences and good memories here, and they did feel better and heard and seen than when they did with their families. But for the majority, this place was just a place of continuous mental torture. And they're saying it was because they were in such close quarters that they weren't really ever able to focus very much on themselves, because there was a lot of confusion with all of the inmates. They're saying inmates, inpatients. So, just as one is thinking like, oh, I'm feeling better, it's starting to, be clear, then one of the people would storm the cafeteria or eating area and say like, the president's controlling us all or something like that, and then that would just like trigger other people back into unreality. They're saying actually that it's not ideal to house people who have, all right, okay, so this is a message that's coming through here. So they're saying it's not ideal to house people with mental disabilities or, I'm going to say instabilities, that's the word that's coming forward, mental instabilities together. It's because when you put unstable with unstable, you don't get stable. But when you surround somebody who is unstable with people who are surrounding them with stability, there is a closer connection to reality. And in this closer connection to reality, they're better able to stabilize themselves because they're not surrounded by constant instability of others. So, for example, but they're saying this doesn't have to necessarily be in their home of origin, because sometimes the home of origin is actually the origination of their instability. So,
Wow.
they're saying, but what they're saying is if you surround yourself with people who do have, a normal perception, a normal work schedule, a normal eat schedule, like they're saying, like all these things that are routine, normal things for people, which, is it normal? That's kind of the whole question of like, is it normal? But that's a perceived cultural norm. They're saying if you surround somebody with that, they're more likely to absorb that as a perceived perception. So it's difficult when you house people with others who don't have that. It's hard to obtain because you don't have that
normalcy around you.
Yeah.
It's just chaos all the time.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, potentially. So they're saying that there should be some type of restructuring or reintegration into a better system into society than just keeping, they're saying that keeping the crazies with the crazies, because you can't overcome crazy if you're surrounded by crazy. No matter how much medication.
It's crazy you got all that.
Yeah, so they're kind of just saying good riddance. It's better to forget. And they're saying we don't know if we would forgive, so I don't know what really happened here. But they're saying we don't know if we would forgive. 1800s is coming up. 1880, 1887, 1886 is coming up. Maybe that's the year it started. I don't honestly know. We'll have to look into that. And then they're saying it even went into, I'm seeing it into the 80s. It was quiet in the 80s, but I am seeing it into the 80s, possibly even into the 90s, as being of housing individuals. Yeah, saying good riddance. Oh, I wanted to ask if there are bodies here, because I think that's what they were trying to get me to find on the other side, was actually where people were buried. Underneath where they were buried. Yeah, they're saying yes. Illegitimate children may have also been buried here. I don't know why they would just send them to the foster care. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I hope they keep these though.
Seems like they're gonna.
Yeah, maybe they will, maybe they won't. But these are definitely a part of the asylum, and happy memories out here. Okay, so that just wraps up our investigation walkthrough. We walked here on the West Essex Trail through the Essex County Hospital Grounds, and we were able to find a spot where the Overbrook Asylum used to be. It's now demolished. All of the buildings are demolished. We were able to find one remaining building in the woods, but the rest of them have been taken down, and there's now all of these buildings in townhomes. So I can't wait to try and look into the history books and see if we can corroborate some of the information to individuals that came forward to us today. This seemed like it was a really intense operation when it was here, and it feels illuminating and of relief that it is no longer standing for these individuals who have come forward. And with that, we will see you in the next episode of the Investigation Reveal. Thanks so much. All right, well, we just walked back from where we were sitting, and I finally looked down, and I did find a bone. Now, I don't know, is this an animal bone? Is this a person bone? I'm not quite sure. It could definitely be an animal bone. I wonder if we could move it somehow. Oh my gosh.
So many little roots.
Yeah. That looks like a cow bone. But yeah, that looks like to me that looks like a cow bone. But I
wonder if there's anything else under here.
I don't really know if that's a cow bone for sure. This is old marrow that's in there. See all that? That's old petrified marrow. Oop. But yeah, that looks like an old bone of some sort. I don't know. Maybe we'll find something else.